And welcome to a Slavic world of wonder, and welcome to everybody who will be cooking with us this evening, and welcome to all of you who will be watching us online, whether you're actually cooking along with us or whether you are simply watching and you're going to have a go at making the yellow pea soup. And yes, you heard it right, it's the yellow pea soup that we're going to be doing. We are sharing the language and the culture of Ukraine with you this evening. And that is courtesy of our lovely cook, Oksana Harris. And the reason why we are doing this is because we are raising funds, and thank you for supporting us, for a mobile catering trailer which will showcase Ukrainian food. And believe me, at the end of this session, you will absolutely be, even if you were 95% behind us before, you'll be 100% behind us, because Ukrainian food is just absolutely superb. And I think probably at this point, I really don't have the right to talk about it anymore, so I'm going to hand over to Oksana Harris, who is our Ukrainian cook for the evening, and she's going to tell you all about the superb dish which we're going to make in this second session of the day for Let's Cook Ukraine.
Hello people, nice to meet you here. Thank you come here to share with us our Ukrainian culture and our Ukrainian food. And today we cook yellow pea soup. This is one of traditional soup in Ukraine because we like soups. The most popular Ukrainian soup, it is borscht. And we cook many different soups because this is like my grandmother said, this is good for your stomach.
Soups are good for your stomach?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough.
If you eat soup, your stomach works well. Which is why it is tradition to eat soup. And we cook one of traditional soup, yellow pea. And how we started. We have to make stock or to use stock what is ready. We cook for 2 liters of soup. We use, I cook my stock by myself and keep it in freezer. And
do you mean that's a stock of your own creation? You've made that yourself?
Yes, I cook special only stock.
Okay.
And keep in freezer. When my husband asks, may you cook your soup, please? Of course I can, because I have everything
The stock's already made. It doesn't happen very often in UK households, does it, that we make our own stock? Because it's so convenient to actually buy it in little cubes or maybe in the stock pot.
This soup could be vegetarian. This is like you can use stock like this, vegetables, or meaty. Meaty it is better. We are meaty nation, like the same like UK, I think. That is why we cook with meat.
And for anybody, let me just say, for anybody who's watching online who is vegetarian, there is some meat in this dish, but it can be left out with no actual detriment to the dish at all.
Yeah, just don't use bacon for when we will fry vegetables for soup. Just without meat, and it will be vegetarian. We have to make 2 liters
of stock.
Yeah, That is why
think
we
that was
place
frozen.
what we have. We have stock, and to add water for 2 liters.
I think, Oksana, you're demonstrating this here now
Yes.
because this part would take a long time for us
Yes.
to do. So this
Yeah.
is what you can do beforehand. It will be
Next-
in the recipe that we send out to you.
Yeah, and we buy dry pea, dry yellow pea. I buy in Polish shop. What we have to do, we have to place in bowl to add water, like half this and more water than pea, and to leave for a night.
Yes.
And it will soak, because if we won't soak, it will be very long cooking. I will show you. It must be soaked pea. We place here and boil 20-30 minutes. After this, we add chopped potato and boil again till potato and pea will be ready. Pea must be like puree,
Very,
like
very
creamy.
soft.
Yes,
Sort of, yeah.
very soft.
Okay.
And next step, when we have cooking this, we have to fry our vegetables. What we do, we have onion and carrot.
So that's where we can start here, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're chopping
We add, it is sunflower oil you have to add on your frying pan.
all of it.
Nearly,
Okay.
not all, just a little more.
You dice these,
Yeah.
Well, Oksana,
Switch on your,
switch on your cooker.
yeah,
Yeah, I put that up to number 5, Pauline. Is that okay? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
And chop small pieces onion.
Now this is interesting because Oksana doesn't chop all the way through. So
We keep a tail,
yeah.
and when we cut it, we can keep onion by tail.
I just want to say to the
it
viewers at
helps.
home who don't realise what's just happened, Pauline doesn't listen. Pauline's just cut the tail off her onion, which actually I don't blame her for.
It
because
is
that's
easy
what I
to
normally do
cut.
at home. Yeah,
But
I can see. But if you
this
don't
is
cut
your
that
choice.
tail off, it means you can hold on to it and then just chop the onion, and it holds it together, doesn't it?
Doesn't affect the taste. It's
No,
manageable.
no, that's right. Makes it manageable. Otherwise, it goes absolutely everywhere.
this is just more comfortable.
Yeah.
If you need to cut very tiny pieces, it is easy when you keep
Yeah,
tail and
exactly. Otherwise,
keep
it just
control.
explodes, doesn't it? Yeah, explodes all over the place.
I'm beginning to see the sense in this. Too late, too late.
I know.
next
too
time
little
you can
and too
try.
late.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's what happens to me at home, David. Absolutely, yeah. And it goes all over the place. And I just think, why won't it stay together? And that's completely because I've to cut the end off, Pauline. Okay.
This is your choice. What is comfortable for you?
Maybe I just thought I was killing it. It's dead now.
Yes, it's definitely dead now. Yeah, definitely dead. Do you need to heat the oil?
Yeah,
That's heating
yeah.
on there. Ray, do you
Yeah.
want to pop your frying pan on your hot plate?
Is this the oil?
It is. Yeah. And then it can just be heating up.
I don't
Ready
like
to-
pans on- I don't like pans on ovens and things.
Yeah, enough.
I know when you leave it. Yes, when you leave it on there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what do you turn this up to? Number 5, 4,
Yeah,
3, 2, 1.
5. 5 would be good. Yeah.
You put the onion in?
How's that doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We fry
Put it in.
onion.
That's a slightly slower plate, isn't it? Is that on? Oh no, that's okay. Yes, yeah, that's fine. Oh, put the onion in and see what happens. Yes, it's beginning to sizzle, isn't it? So it's okay. It's absolutely all right. So now then, this. So you said earlier on, Oksana, that Ukrainians love onions. Do you put?
Yes.
You use a lot of onions in what you
Yes,
do.
we use a lot of onions everywhere, and usually it is in stew and frying in soup and everywhere. Even when I cook stock, I usually have good bones from our butcher.
Right.
And,
you go to the butcher to get meat
Of
bones?
course, it is very good Tomlinson.
Do you know, I feel
Hello,
completely
people.
ashamed of myself
They
for just
can-
getting stuff out of a packet.
Then can make come true any my idea. They know what I want and they do everything.
Excellent.
And I add few onions,
Yeah.
bay leaf, black pepper,
Okay.
and boil it together.
Right.
And onion, it gives a very nice smell to stock. And
Okay.
spices a little better.
Right.
That is why stock smells very
Right.
nice.
So there's obviously an art to actually making your own stock.
I love onions, so I think I've got to go to Ukraine then.
Oh, there you go.
Onions, Irish onions.
We call it cebula.
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 Is that onions?
Yeah,
Okay. Is that cebula?
cebula.
Cebula.
C.
Oh,
Perfect. Cebula.
It's a T and an S, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Onions in Ukraine.
Yeah,
Oh,
cebula. Yeah, cebula.
Now we have to cut the same size.
I'm waiting before I do it.
I just cut half. It is more comfortable because it's too long carrot. Just the same pieces, squares,
Oh, you're
small
kind of
squares.
slicing it down the side. So you're slicing it down. That's it, lengthways.
Slice this side,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
this side, and you have small, nice cubes.
Oh, I see. Oh, and then you turn it. So you've got lots of long pieces, then you turn it.
Yeah.
And when you cut it, you've got lots of little pieces.
Easy.
Honestly,
Why am I running the risk of
honestly,
taking a finger off
that is what's going to happen, David. Really.
There's no fooling you in.
No, absolutely not. I watch absolutely everything. I normally do it wrong, but you know. You ask either of my two sisters. Brilliant. That is such a good tip.
Why we fry carrot to the soup, for the soup? Because when carrot frying in oil, it gives all vitamins out.
Right.
And
Right,
if you would like to have all vitamins from boiled carrot, you have to eat 3 kilo every day. But oil, why
Yeah.
we keratin, what we take, it is in oil.
Right.
That is why when we fry carrot in oil,
Okay.
we have all vitamins what we have in this carrot.
Right. Okay.
And
So that will save you eating 3 kilos of carrot.
no need to fry one carrot and you will have the same
You'll have the same
vitamin.
results, the
Yeah.
same vitamins.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This is-
boiling them isn't a good idea.
So what?
Boiling carrots isn't a good idea. So I've only ever boiled them in the past.
Oh yeah. So what happens? Do you ever boil? Do you fry carrots usually, Oksana? Would you ever boil carrots?
We boil in soup, like chicken soup.
Right.
You boil carrot.
Okay.
Carrot gives very nice sweetness to the soup.
Right. Yeah.
Because chicken soup very tender, very
Right.
dietic, like that.
Okay. So there's only certain soups that you would fry the vegetables for beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But when we cook stew, for example, we do
Yeah.
the same. We fry onion,
Yeah.
we fry carrot,
Uh-huh.
and then to add water, meat, everything, and stew together.
Yeah. Okay.
This is better way to fry carrot.
Yeah.
And you will see it will be very nice color carrot gives to see oil getting orange.
Right,
It will
okay,
give very
'cause
nice
it's
color
actually,
to our soup.
Oh, you might need to turn that down a bit. You're sizzling there, sir.
Thank you. No need to say so.
I hadn't noticed before.
Never noticed me sizzle before.
No, I hadn't. Excellent. So yellow peas. Is that? Do you use those a lot in Ukraine?
We cook soup. We can cook like puree, and even we can cook pie with it. But
Okay.
the most popular is soup.
So what's the difference, Oksana, between yellow peas and lentils?
Oh, lentils, it is different. It is
Different
absolutely
altogether.
different.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I don't know.
No, that's fine. That's okay. It's completely different. Yeah.
Yes, it's absolutely different taste and different condition.
Yes. Yeah. And different reasons for using them.
And
really,
I
guess, really.
opened lentils not far from now for myself,
Right.
and even made new dish with my idea. I thought, why
Yeah.
not? I can try to make beef burger from lentils.
A lentil beef burger, yes.
Vegetarian people.
Yeah, a lentil burger. I'm sure
Yeah.
that's been done before. Definitely. Yes. Yes. Definitely. But yellow peas. Have Pauline? Have you ever come across yellow peas before? You don't. No. No. Now the place to get them. We were talking about the different ingredients that you can buy. You said you got those from a Polish shop.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So well, there you go. We've got a number in Stafford, haven't we?
It is near with Lidl.
We call them chickpeas.
Chickpeas.
It is different.
It's different.
Different.
Yeah. They're obviously quite different in size.
We grow in Ukraine a lot of pea, and we have first harvest when it is green,
Right.
and some of them we leave for autumn, and when it is
Right.
getting orange, we collect them
Right.
and use in this way.
Right.
It is like
Okay.
stronger. It is very dry.
Right.
That is why we have to soak it for
So the
for a night.
it's matured and the taste has matured
Yeah.
with it as well. Okay.
And
Right.
now we have to chop bacon. This
Now.
is, you can buy smoked streaky bacon where you would like. This is from Polish shop. It just was near, that is why. And to remove skin,
We haven't got shares in a Polish shop.
they have many interesting things.
But well, they do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we
Just
used
remove skin, we don't need this. And chop
Okay.
the same size.
Got the same size.
okay, so you're slicing
Yeah.
you're slicing those. They're nice thick slices of bacon, aren't they? I don't know about the rest of you. I usually buy kind of the long, thin, streaky
It is
pieces.
okay for
Yeah.
soup too.
I was really pleased with my carrot until I looked at yours. Yours is even, tiny pieces. Mine's
It doesn't matter. You can chop just rings, like rings. It doesn't matter.
and I was simmering.
Yes,
This is
that's right. You've got an excuse there. Yes, I was sizzling at the time. So you just put the bacon into the pan and just fry that with the
Yeah.
carrot and
Yeah.
the onion.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
What is
How much onion? Sorry, how much bacon have you got there?
if it is long piece like we usually buy from butcher or shop? It is 2 or 3 for 2 liters of soup.
Okay,
Or if you like meaty, you can add more.
sure.
This is
Yeah. So why do you use streaky bacon?
because it is a little fatty,
There you
And
go.
when we fry,
Yep.
fat gives, it is melting and
Okay. Yep.
Taste
more
You're
interesting.
absolutely right, sir. Yes. So yes, it's giving more taste to the
Yeah.
to it. It is said, isn't it? It is that's where a lot of the taste resides in the fat of the meat. Yeah.
My
Yes.
mother used to love belly pork,
Did she?
Yeah.
and it's not cheap.
Right.
You would think it was cheap, but it isn't.
Yes.
And we used to have to buy it for her, you
Right.
know. She loved it.
We use belly pork in Ukraine a lot.
Do you?
Yeah, we like it.
We use it everywhere, in America.
Yeah.
In-
I guess actually it's the same for any kind of food. It doesn't matter if you get a good cut of something or not. If you don't know what to do with it, you know, I always, and you'll probably laugh at this, I always have to phone my sister and say, how do I cook a chicken? Thank you very much indeed. I just think to just put it in the oven. What do you do with it?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. But everybody's got something they don't feel completely secure about or don't know what to do. I don't know if any of you have been to this shop before where we are. It's got so many fabulous foods from all over the world, isn't it? And the first time you came in, my goodness, you should have seen her. She went away with a duffel bag full of different foods. So I think that's definitely something we're going to be doing in the future, is actually more cooking events based on a lot of the foods that you might pick it up and say, what do you do with this? Because food is such a fabulous reflection of a culture.
Yep.
And obviously this evening we're concentrating on the Ukrainian one. So, bay
we
leaves.
have bay leaf. We have to place in the frying pan. And
What, just put it in?
one
Yeah.
enough, yeah. And we have dry dill. This is very good for this soup, and it gives very interesting smell and taste.
What
It is,
is
they
it?
connect.
No, it's dill.
Dill,
Dill.
Yeah,
Okay.
dry dill.
dill.
How much do you put in?
A teaspoon.
There you go. If you're not sure of the measure, you've got, that's a tablespoon, David.
There you go. Is that right?
You should have a teaspoon on the table if you haven't.
Yeah, it's enough.
I'm estimating.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
That's about right,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah,
No teaspoon.
exactly.
And
I've never
black
tried
pepper.
the dried dill.
You have black pepper.
Can I have this? This was
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You have on your table.
Ray, you've got some over on your left.
Oh, we know.
Well, you're just collecting them now, aren't you?
I didn't know. I am so sorry.
You have black pepper in
Don't worry, absolutely fine. Do you know, looking at the dill, Oksana, I heard somebody describe dill as life. For Ukrainian people, do you use dill a lot in your cooking?
yeah, enough.
Right. And dried dill.
We
do
use
you
dry, we use fresh. It is
Okay.
very popular in Ukraine, really.
Why?
Black pepper, to add black pepper and a teaspoon of dry dill. Do you feel smell?
I've never cooked with it before.
Full of herbs and spices, but never used dill.
There you go.
Do you
And-
like smell?
Yes.
Can I smell that? Can I smell it?
We use dill for fish, don't
Sorry.
we? Yes.
Oh yes, yeah. Now that's absolutely right. In European dishes, dill is usually used on sort of fish-based dishes. That's what we associate it with, isn't it?
It is.
So do you use it on lots and lots of different dishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And stew and soup and borscht and
Right.
different.
Okay.
It is very popular.
And what is it? One of the most popular spices that you would say that you use in your cooking?
Not this very
Black pepper, bay leaf. This is always. This
Okay.
is everywhere.
So does that mean, because these bay leaves actually, Lisa Prince, who is a local artist, has a lovely bay tree in her garden. So she brought these up from the bay tree. So do you grow a lot of bay trees in Ukraine?
No,
No.
no. We
Okay.
have bakeries only in Crimea because they have hot enough weather
Oh,
and
right. Okay.
warm winter.
Right.
In Odessa, it is very hot winter, very hot summer, but winter is could be minus 20 and snow. That is why very tender trees like bay leaf they don't survive.
Right. Okay. All right. But that's the region, Odessa region. That's where you're from, Oksana,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay. So, what happens now?
Now we finished, and
Finish.
Not quite.
we have already ready
Cook the
soup.
soup.
So I think probably because the first part of the
I will
of the
show
dish
you.
actually
It
would have
is,
taken a long time to do. So the cooking of the yellow
Yeah.
peas and the potatoes is already done by this lovely lady.
Good.
Yes.
And we see
You have to peel the potatoes.
No, you don't have to peel the potatoes.
we see pea is already like getting like to be
Mushy.
and
yeah.
mushy and
Yeah.
very soft, and potato is ready. Everything is ready now. We place all what we fried.
Okay. Into there. So does
Yeah.
everybody's dish go into there?
No. Oh, do we? No.
Or can, because that's going to be very full, isn't it, with 3 people?
It will be okay.
Oh, okay.
We put all ours in there.
Yes, apparently so.
Spoiled
Oils.
uniformity. Vegetables. That's
Well,
The stand's dropping now.
That's right.
you'll find it might be a bit peppery now because I've put a lot of pepper.
There you go. Contribution. It reminds me of grey peas and bacon, this does.
Does it?
Yeah, black country food.
Oh, right. Okay.
Bacon, fry it up, boil it up, and
Yeah.
split peas.
Yes.
Fabulous, just boil it dry.
Right.
Almost
Yeah.
sort of mush. Sort of
Yes. There you go. And doesn't
Faggots and
well,
peas.
it carries a taste of home, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
When you do something like that and you taste it. Is that where you're from, Black Country,
Yeah,
David?
yeah. Last time I had it was in Stourbridge.
Right.
And,
Want me to
there's a
put
shop
this in there,
selling
do you, Roxanne?
grey
It's
bacon.
okay. It's okay.
Right.
You have to pronounce it right. You can't say bacon, it has to be bacon.
Bacon.
How can you sort
Right.
it out now then? How can you get your soup out?
I'm from Hales Owen.
Oh, are you?
Faggots and
Hey.
peas.
Faggots and
will be
peas.
okay.
There you
Peas.
go. Peas.
Yeah, peas.
Is it? Faggots and peas.
It's all, we all mixed up together now. Okay?
That's
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant. But it carries a feel of the place that you're from, doesn't it? And the moment somebody says faggots and peas, you'd know exactly where they were from.
Peas.
Taste it.
Yeah, can you? Really? Ray, where are you from?
Stafford.
You're from Stafford.
She does well.
Okay. Do you?
No, yes.
So is there a traditional Stafford?
My sister-in-law.
Lovely. Go and sit back down.
Is there a Stafford? No.
What about oat cakes in Stafford? Would be, wouldn't it?
Stoke.
Stoke oat cakes.
Yeah, that you can't. There isn't an oatcake shop in Stafford, is there?
Oh yes, there is. Yeah, there are a
Not the
couple
same.
of. Yeah.
It's not the same as from you.
But it's,
Great Haywood.
It's very interesting, isn't it, that how much we associate food with the idea of home, maybe where you came from, and that literally is why we say a taste of home, because it's that connection of the two things. So
I think of my mother. She used to love black pudding.
yes,
And you can't get black pudding everywhere.
no,
Not
no,
everybody likes it.
yes,
But I think they do sell a lot of around Stafford,
right,
black pudding.
yes, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to know where that originated. Have you tried that, Oksana?
Black pudding?
Yeah.
Yes. We cook in Ukraine. We cook the same. We call bloody sausage.
Yes,
And
Really?
it is very tasty, really.
you fry it, yeah?
Yeah, and we add more spices and liver and heart together with blood and garlic. It is really very tasty. But maybe I tried not the best black pudding here, but it was strange taste.
You didn't,
so-
yes, didn't like it. Yeah.
No.
It's not popular with everybody, is it? Really, at all? Definitely not. So when that's boiling, do you
Yes.
let it boil for?
We have to boil 10-15 minutes
Right.
to let all ingredients
Mix
and
together.
give each other
Right.
taste.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just would like to show you how it will look to people who is online. It will be like this. Tasty soup. And we add, to save me, how
Oh, croutons. Thank you. The name went straight out of my head, and you add some croutons to it. That's quite interesting. A little bit like French onion soup in a way, because I know when I make homemade soup, I use what I call the soup whizzer, the blender. But actually, that looks really nice with it. Just
when we
being,
will boil longer, pea
Yeah.
will be more mushy,
right.
like creamy.
Okay.
That is why I just would like to show people online how it looks, because
Yes.
we have to still to boil a little.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Yes. To
we
see
can
how
eat
that
now.
actually is. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. We can eat now. Do we need to let it cook for a bit longer, or are we?
we will cook a little longer.
Oh, cook it
for
for a
us.
little longer. Okay,
for
that's
show.
all right. Well, I tell you what, we were talking about pickled onions, Ray, weren't you, earlier on? Pickles. But is there a difference, Oksana, and what is that difference between pickling and fermenting?
Pickling, when we use vinegar for vegetables, and another way it is when we just add salt and maybe sugar, depend of vegetable, and let them to ferment few days, maybe
Okay.
1 week. What we prepare, but when we pickle, we can keep it very long time, really.
Right.
Like we do it for winter. When you have winter,
Okay.
just to fry potato, to boil potato, to add something, piece of meat, open the jar, and you have vegetables. But
Right.
when it
Oh,
is
it's a way of just keeping
another
them for a
way,
long time.
yes.
Otherwise, they'll
Another
just
way,
go rotten, won't they?
you
Yeah.
cook it a little longer, but you can't keep too long because they are still preparing. It could be very sour if to keep it very long time.
Okay.
This
So
is
it-
why.
So when you ferment, do you know? I think it's such an interesting subject. We might actually do a session on the pickling and fermenting, because
Yeah.
it's definitely yours is a culture which uses so many ingredients which are fermented and pickled, and because we don't have that here, then it's not something we're familiar with.
Oh, we do. We do a lot of pickles. I mean, you pick.
Oh, we do in pickles,
We
pickled
pickle-
onions,
we
pickled
pickle
eggs.
eggs,
That's right, absolutely.
walnuts.
Yeah.
red
Oh, yeah,
cabbage.
that's right, exactly. We do. No, you're right. Yeah. But the actual fermenting process, we don't use that so much, do we?
I know one way how to make fermented tomatoes.
Right.
Very tasty, very easy to cook. Next time we can do it, and it is really very easy way to cook and ready.
Yeah.
At 2-3 days you can eat it
Right. Fermented tomatoes.
with garlic and parsley and celery.
Right. Okay. Right.
This one.
Yeah.
Recipe sounds nice.
Exactly. It's the. I think it's the idea of actually gathering all those vegetables in the summer,
Yeah.
and then being
Yeah.
able to keep them. So where are they kept normally? And are they?
If it is pickled, you can keep everywhere because,
Because, yeah, that's
in
fine,
the
isn't it?
flat, in the house, anywhere, because it is like for long keeping, but
Right.
fermented.
Uh-huh.
It must be very, very cold, not frozen, but
Right.
very cold. That is
Oh,
why
okay. You can't put
if
them in the
people
freezer.
have a house,
Uh-huh.
they usually have underground where to keep
Oh, a cellar.
something. Yeah,
Right.
and
okay.
there you can keep this.
Okay. Right. Okay. Because that's cold enough usually, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is always
Yeah.
the same temperature, very cold,
Right. Yes.
even in summer.
Good place to keep things.
So fermenting, what does that do to the
We cook fermented cucumbers, tomatoes, cabbage, mushrooms.
So most vegetables you could
yeah,
treat with.
it is-
What
it
does
is very
What does
good
that
way to
actually
cook. The-
mean to ferment something? What does that mean?
It means like the same process like yeast. How yeast works
Okay.
for flour for
right.
cooking for baking
For bread and for
bread.
baking.
Yes,
Yes.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the same.
yeah.
Just gave vegetables
Uh-huh.
different condition and different taste.
Right.
And
Okay.
we use in Ukraine a lot. If you eat something, you must have something or pickled or fermented. This is traditionally.
Right.
So
Okay.
fermenting is just the natural process.
Yes,
Of
it is
decay,
natural.
yeah.
We use only salt, a little sugar. Sugar makes fermenting quicker, and even pickles. What is different? We don't use such a lot of vinegar.
Yes.
we add vinegar like it is for example a jar for cooking cucumbers. It is full of water and only 2-3 spoons of vinegar. It is enough to keep for a long time, but it is not such aggressive for us when we eat it. It is not so sour.
Right.
That is why
It's not changing the taste so
yeah,
much.
we save the taste,
Okay.
and it is the way how to keep for a long time vegetable.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Excellent. Rather, I mean, everybody's familiar with the cucumber that just goes really soft in the fridge and you have to throw it out. So, good way to actually keep it. Yeah. Yeah.
And
we might very well do a session on
in
that
our
in the future.
way now, for example, when we have, it is from old time when people had harvest and needed to keep vegetables for a long time and to have vegetables in winter. Now we have all vegetables and fruits all year, but we can cook some and keep in fridge to eat it fresh, like even pickled or just marinated or
Yes.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Of course.
And like
yeah.
to keep to cook a little, to eat this finished, to cook something else different or the same again.
Yeah.
We can cook the same, but not for all winter, just what we like and when
It's
we
it's
like.
interesting, isn't it? Because we get used to having vegetables available all the year round because they're just flown in from everywhere.
Yeah.
And we get out of touch with the seasons and when things are actually produced. But what a great way of actually, saving the vegetables that are harvested in the summer naturally so that you can eat them in the winter.
Yeah.
And we just say, oh, fly them in from somewhere, you know, send for them from wherever.
There's very little now that we think of
Yeah.
as seasonal food.
No, I think we're not aware of what is seasonal anymore. You just think, well, it's not in the shop. Where is it? It should be there.
I think it's spoilt it. Really.
I think it
We used to
spoilt it,
look
Pauline.
forward to the first parsnips when they first
Yes.
came in the shops in the autumn.
No, that's right, exactly. Yeah,
Now they're there all year round.
yeah. Yeah, and you do lose that sense of what is special about
Yeah.
it. Whereas you're consciously actually saving this vegetable to eat for, you know, a later period in the year. So it's but consciously doing
Interesting
that.
as well is-
Yes.
I want to find out how this stuff works, why it preserves stuff, why in a fermentation process in the middle of a vegetable keeps it fresh or keeps it edible.
And actually that's an interesting question, because it's actually, this is a science
Yeah.
as much as an art of doing it, just as cookery is a science really. But yes, what happens to that process? How do we stop it decaying really? Yeah, so we're talking about
And-
vegetables, not human beings.
I was thinking more about
And-
fermented grapes actually.
Fermented grapes. Well, at least you weren't thinking about fermented husbands or partners or anything.
There's a story there.
Right then, how are we doing? We're okay
And
on
this
time.
is Ukrainian tradition. We grow everything we could around house, if we have house, for example. Even when we live in the flat, we have balcony. It must be parsley, green onion, and
Right.
flowers, but
Yeah.
something must be growing, some herbals or onion. We produce a lot of agriculture products,
Yes.
and
yeah.
Ukrainian people, I think this is one more reason. This is historical memory. We had Golodomor, and people died from in beginning of 30th year of last century. And after this, we try to cook as small as possible, like pickles or something to save, to grow everything what is possible, vegetables, and to keep must be a lot of food saved. It is like I say, this is like history memory.
Right.
That is why we try to find another way how to save vegetables, fruits, different ways.
Yeah.
This is one more reason why we cook. We
Right.
like to cook, we like to eat,
Yes.
and we like
yes.
to
Yeah.
make, to save food for winter, to be sure we will have.
That you will have it.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier something interesting as well, Oksana, that Ukraine obviously produces an enormous amount of food. It's a very fertile country. You have very good soil.
Yes, we have very rich soil.
Yeah.
That is why, and good weather. That is why we have we grow and vegetables and wheat and everything, and we are the big products. We product
Yeah, you produce. Yeah.
the most of sunflower oil.
Yes.
This is, if you buy sunflower oil, it is 80% Ukrainian.
And we were talking earlier on about the colours of the Ukrainian flag being yellow and blue, but because you grow so many sunflowers, for example,
Yeah.
wheat, etc., it's yellow underneath a blue sky. So you know that is how
This
come
is-
you get
this
the
is-
it's the colours of, isn't
This
it?
is picture of Ukraine. When you
Yes.
travel through Ukraine, you see yellow farms and blue sky.
Yeah.
And like I say here now, when we have blossoms on farm,
Yeah.
it is the same yellow and blue.
Yes. Yeah. And you were saying earlier on as well, Oksana, that you were talking about the war trenches, which is not, you know, always a comfortable, obviously, subject to talk about. But you were talking about the fact that because the soil is so fertile and things will grow anywhere. You know, seeds are no respecter of, you know, whether there's a war going on or not, really, are they? They will just grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was what was seen in the trenches, in the places where the soldiers were fighting. Was
Yeah.
that right? Yes.
Even there, they plant some onion or parsley, where they keep wool line and they make holes where to save. And on the border, it is always onion or parsley, something, because
planting
it
now,
is, yeah. It is
Because it will just
Ukrainian
grow.
people.
It
They
will
are
just
crazy. They grow everywhere and everything.
Grow
because
everything everywhere.
they have vegetables to cook. And when you keep onion in warm somewhere in warm, it is start to grow. And why we have to throw? We place it in the soil, and they have
It just grows.
garden.
Yes. Whereas we might have to put things into greenhouses here. No problem.
We
Different
don't need-
altogether.
We have very hot summer. That is why
Yeah.
everything is growing very well.
Yeah.
Very good kind.
Excellent. Oksana, thank you so much for sharing with us. And I think our 45 minutes are just about up for those of you who are watching online. Yellow pea soup is what we've been hearing about. And yellow pea soup is what we are about to eat together. So thank you very much. And your recipes will be coming out to you if you've been watching online, so that you can actually try out the yellow pea soup for yourself. And don't forget, pop down to the Polish shop to get the yellow peas. And
Dry dill.
And dry dill. Yes, that's it, and dry dill. Okay, all right. So thank you very much indeed for tuning in and supporting us on this big adventure of raising funds to get a mobile catering trailer to showcase Ukrainian food. And we will be doing a lot more of these sessions in the future, and we'll keep you in touch with what we're doing, because for goodness sake, we've heard about so many interesting things, at least in just these 45 minutes, that it will be absolutely fabulous to hear more about them in the future. So this isn't the last time you're going to see Oksana, and I'm afraid it may not be the last time you see me either. So, so thank you very much indeed, and from Let's Cook Ukraine, good night.
До побачення.
Well done, you.